on this, but regardless, hello.
Let's begin, shall we?
Hello there. Hey, hi, hello. There I am. Welcome in. Let us start as we always do with our movie puzzles. We got 10 minutes on the clock to try to figure out who the mystery actor is. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Alright, we have someone from Avengers Endgame, so yeah, this could be just about anyone, so we will come back to that. Selma 2014. So I know David Oyelowo was in it. It's been a minute since I've seen it, though. Can't think of off the top of my head who else might have been in that. Brooklyn was Saoirse Ronan. I think Domhnall Gleeson. I don't think that's the right number of letters, though. So I'm not 100% on that one. Suicide Squad 2016. Alright, I think we finally got a fairly easy one. I say that, and it'll probably be someone else with the same number of letters. Brooklyn, 2 Brooklyn clues. And neither of them are Saoirse Ronan. Anyway, all right, we got 1 letter in the first name. We're doing fantastic. Toy Story 4. So it's not Tim Allen. It's not Tom Hanks. It's not Bonnie Hunt. It's not Joan Cusack. It's not Keanu Reeves. It's not Michael Keaton. Yeah, these big ensembles are tough because there's just so many people. Oscar winner 1987, Oscar winner 2012. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Matthew Broderick. Alright, we got one. Another Avengers Infinity War. Thought it might be Scarlett Johansson, but I don't believe it is. Nevermore. Hi, hello, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your week going? Could it be Chadwick? Yeah, I think it might be Chadwick Boseman. Wish it was going better. You're still dealing with the car issues? Yeah, that is definitely not fun. Fucking the crying game? Really? Oh, you just dropped it off today? And it's gonna crawl. Yeah, that is not fun. I've never seen the crying game. It's whatever. Yeah. At a certain point, that's kind of the mentality you need. It's just like, you gotta do it, so you gotta do it. The crying game was pretty good. I have no idea anyone who was in it. I think Hilary Swank was in it, but that doesn't fit the number of letters. I'm in the crying game right now. Naughty Dog, we need your help. I am struggling on today's puzzles. Because, like, every movie, well, most movies that have come up have just been... The Crying Game one is the last one. But other than that, been hitting my quota. Nice. Forrest Whitaker? It fits. Alright, someone when their last name ends with ACE, so we got something. Alright, we'll start back at the top. So we have Avengers Endgame is the first clue. We got just under 5 minutes. So Endgame... Jeremy Renner, maybe? No! So close. Oh, and it just said... Yeah, it's all actors. So, over here it gives us the name of a movie, and we have to figure out the actors going across, and then the red line going up and down will give us the mystery actor. It would be Samuel L. Jackson, so it would have the middle initial in there. I don't know. That one's tough. So our second clue is Selma. I don't remember who else was in that. And then we have Brooklyn for 2 of our clues in the first name. Which I saw that movie once in theaters when it came out, and all I remember is Saoirse Ronan was in it, and maybe Domhnall Gleeson. But I don't think their names fit into either of those clues, so... Yeesh. And then we have Toy Story 4 is the first clue for the last name here. It's a longer name, but I'm not sure who it is. And then the 2 trophies here are Oscar winners for 1987 and 2012. Christina Hendricks or Troy Sorfait? One too few letters in the first name. So if we go... Maybe Domhnall Gleeson there? Maybe that's right. I don't know, Chad. We got a minute left to try to figure these out. I think that one might be correct, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, I don't remember who else was in that. Selma, I'm not sure. Avengers Endgame. There's just so many people it could be. Yeah. Yep, we might have to take the L on this one. It's alright. Let's see. Angela Bassett for Avengers. Oh, Numi Rapace. Okay. Julie Walter. Okay, so it was who I was thinking. I just couldn't think of her name. Giovanni Ribisi for Selma. Patricia Arquette for Toy Story 4. And there are Academy Award winners Michael Caine and Christopher Plummer. Good pull on the Forrest Whitaker, though. I mean, all 5 that we guessed, we got correct. The Angela Bassett for Avengers Endgame, that's fucking brutal. Because I do not. The Crying Game is a good movie. I don't doubt you. I just have not seen it. Yeah, I know she plays Ramonda. I just want to know, like, when she was in it, because I legit do not remember. Because, like, Infinity War I would understand more because they go to Wakanda. That's... whatever. Alright. Forrest Whitaker is only in the first act. Spoilers, Naughty Dog. Jeez. Alright. You want to see the quote? We're going to see the quote. It does not do to dwell on dreams, Harry, and forget to live. Which Harry Potter is it? I think it's the first one. In the Sorcerer's Stone. Boom. Mariners, hi, hello. Welcome in, how are you doing? Yeah, I think Dumbledore tells him that by the... Yes. That's why once I thought about it for a second, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was in the first book because it was Dumbledore telling Harry when he was looking into the Mirror of Dreams. Yeah, we're briefly discussing Harry Potter because it's the answer to our other trivia game. Watch the Crying... I already have like 1,000 movies on my watch list. I have 1,018 films on my watch list, okay? Nice shirt, but... Oh, thank you. It is my latest from my last trip to Yosemite last month. A 1,001? Alright. I'll add it to the list. Yeah, Yosemite is awesome. The Crying Game, 1992. Oh, it's already in the watch list. So it is part of the 2018 films. I don't remember everything that's in my watch list. Isn't Yosemite where Alex Honnold climbed? Yeah, so it's not a mountain, it's the face of El Capitan, which is a cliff face. This is not the movie I thought it was. I know why. I was thinking of a different movie, Naughty Dog. Oh, it's got Jim Broadbent in it. Okay, yeah, this is a different movie than I thought it was. I was thinking of the wrong movie. Yeah, El Capitan. Um, yeah, right when you come into Yosemite, El Cap is on the left, and you can like go, and there's a meadow, and like you can just sit and look up at it, and it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Yes, I was thinking about Boys Don't Cry. Because I was like, doesn't that have Hilary Swank as like one of the main characters? Nope. It's a really good doc on mountain climber who climbed Everest, K2, Kilimanjaro, etc. Was also in the British Special Forces. He died in an avalanche last. Ooh, that stinks. Yeah, climbers who can do that are a unique breed. Documentary is on Netflix. I don't know whether it still is. Okay. Alright. We're resetting. The Crying Game is in the watch list. Boys Don't Cry is not. They are two separate films. Look up how many bodies are estimated to be on. I do not want to look that up. I do like every once in a while someone will have a picture from the top of Everest looking at the line of people waiting to get to the peak of Everest to take selfies. Like, man, that is not what it used to be. Yeah, they just leave them up there because there's not an easy way to get them down. What am I doing? I don't know what's happening. I'm just here. Very expensive. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the kind of unfortunate things about the world metaphorically shrinking and it becoming so much easier for everyone to travel and experience things is like anyone can do it, so a lot of people do, which cool, but also it just means a lot more people are going to be in all the cool places, and when there's a lot of people, sometimes things aren't always as cool as they used to be. Yeah. All right. Let's get back into some writing. Um, or editing, I should say. We have been in editing dungeon for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we will be for weeks and weeks more because we are only halfway through. Yeah. Also sucks for locals who put themselves in danger, just make money as poor. Yeah. Alright, so we are in scene 102. We are currently in the middle of an action sequence. Hélène and Calixta have gone into the hunter's warehouse to try to free some witches that have been abducted. Calixta is working on escorting the captured witches out. Hélène is trying to fend off the hunters inside. Outside, the patrolling hunters have been alerted, so one of them took off to get reinforcements. Margaret was watching this from a distance, seeing the reinforcements coming back and surrounding the warehouse. She decided to cast a spell to create waves, and the waves have started crashing into the pylons that hold up the pier. So, escalation, complications, all the things. Oh yeah, the Sherpas. My week's been, I don't know, it's been weird. Like, I did not sleep well the last couple of nights. Last night, I woke up in the middle of the night and just couldn't fall back asleep. So it's just been, I don't know, whatever. But I did get through an edit on the personal project I'm working on, so I was happy about that. And I think it's a lot better than it was, and I already thought it was one of my better pieces, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Yeah, yeah. Whiskey in the weather. Well, I don't drink, and I don't know if I have access to the Weather Channel. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just my brain won't wind down. So, no TV license. I guess, kind of. I have YouTube, and oh, they pay for TV licenses in England. Oh. I did not know that was a thing. Yeah, I mean, we have to pay for, I don't know, I wouldn't call it a license, but like you have to pay a service provider to large part of the BBC's funding. Yeah, I mean, like we pay for a service provider and like a channel package of channels, um, which you can get through like a cable provider or through like YouTube TV or something. And most of that money ends up going back to the channels, I think. I don't know. TV license you get is the free TV. Okay, so like the network channels, so like ABC, NBC, Fox, CBS. But if you want to watch sports and movie channels, that's like, yeah. The thing is, like, I don't know why. Well, like, if I wanted to watch Fox, I would have to use an antenna to do it. Like, I can't just, like, stream Fox directly from my local Fox station. Which I think we should, because it's partially government funded and for emergency broadcast purposes. But yeah, if you don't have like a cable package, you can't watch those. Or Disney Plus, since they own Fox and everything else. Well, not even that, because if you have a Fox and Hulu subscription, you have to pay extra for like the sports. So, yeah, it's... So technically the alien queen from Aliens is a Disney princess now. Well, wouldn't she be a Disney queen? And the Disney queens are all like the evil stepmothers, right? I know in the Marvels, because they made Captain Marvel a princess, she's a Disney princess now, because Disney owns Marvel. You have your headcanon, I have mine. God damn it! Yeah. Alright. Enough ranting. Alright. Let's try to get into writing, editing, whatever. The thing that we do. 34 minutes in, and what scene are we? We are in scene 101. We are interior, Hunter's Warehouse, night, 1890. This is kind of going back to the scene we were in before, where the hunter slashes at Hélène. The blade catches on a wooden crate. Hélène casts a spell. The sword crumbles. So we're picking up with that. So the hunter was staring down Hélène. So the hunter lunges. The warehouse quakes. Hélène shifts. I feel like putting those in a slightly different order. Hélène shifts. The hunter lunges. Hélène shifts. The warehouse quakes. Wrong button. The hunter crashes into the wall. Falls to the ground. Yeah, we're gonna change this. Crashing into the wall. The hunter falls to the ground. Because I think we used bracing before. Yeah, everyone braces. So, steadying, Hélène looks back to Calixta guiding out the captured witches. Do you remember what rating you gave Iron Man? Let me see. I'm guessing... Okay, I have it as a 3. You're curious on what the consensus is? I mean, it shows you the rating breakdown on, if you're talking about the letterbox page. The consensus is a 3.8. There are a lot of 5-star ratings, though. But it looks like 4-star is the... What would that be? Not the mean, because the mean is the average. What's the most? Mode? Fair, I was gonna say 3.5. So yeah, I was gonna say like a 3.5 is probably where I would have it. Major! Hi, Major. Hello. How are you doing? How's your day going? It wasn't fantastic, but it was okay. Yeah, I agree. Fucking tired, man. I don't know what is going on with my... I was just saying, I did not sleep well last night. Like, I woke up in the middle of the night and just could not fall back asleep. So, yeah, I don't know. When you figure it out, let me know, because I got the same thing. Might be different things happening, but you never know. Wonderful bookler just asked who John Connor was on Discord. uh, yeah. Mariners. John Connor is a character from the Terminator franchise. He is in the first one. He's kind of prophesied, or no, he's a general in the future who defeats the machines, but he finds out that the machines are sending a machine back to try to kill his mother before he's born to stop him from being born so he can't defeat the machines. So he sends back his best friend, Kyle Reese, to protect his mother, and he does. Yeah, he sends his own dad back in time to bone his mom. Yes. And then the second movie, he's played by Edward Furlong when the Terminators send back another Terminator to try to kill him, and future humans send back a reprogrammed Terminator to try to protect him. And then, oh, Mariners, I know you'll know this one. The famous clip of Christian Bale freaking out and yelling at the grip or whatever for walking on set. Oh, good for you. That whole thing. He was playing John Connor in a Terminator movie from the future as the leader of the Resistance. So that is also John Connor. That's not the kind of movie I thought Terminator would be. Yeah, it's got some stuff in it. We will say. Cuz yeah, both Terminators were James Cameron. he only did the second Alien. The first one was Ridley Scott. That is the first time I ever seen or heard that. Really? I thought for sure you would have seen that or known about it. Yeah. Yeah. If I've heard that meme, it wasn't memorable. What? That is like one of the all-timers. We're getting demonetized. I don't care. Christian Bale rant. Where? I would know it if I saw it. It's what is happening? I think you missed it. Is it this first one? All right.
Kick your fucking ass! I want you off the fucking set, you prick! No, don't just be sorry. Think for one fucking second. The fuck are you doing? Are you professional or not? Do I fucking walk around and rip that? No, shut the fuck up, Bruce. Do I want? No! No! Don't shut me up. Am I gonna walk around and rip your fucking lights down in the middle of a scene? Then why the fuck are you walking right through? Da-da-da-da like this in the background. What the fuck is it with you? What don't you fucking understand? You got any fucking idea about, hey, it's fucking distracting having somebody walking up behind Bryce in the middle of the fucking scene? Give me a fucking answer. What don't you get about it?
I was looking at the light.
Oh, good for you. And how was it? I hope it was fucking good because it's useless now, isn't it?
Yeah, the oh, good for you. That's what caught on with everyone.
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. McGee, you got fucking something to say to this prick? I didn't see it happen. Well, somebody should be fucking watching and keeping an eye on him. Fair enough. This is the second time that he doesn't give a fuck about
Christian Bale is from Wales.
what is going on in front of the camera. All right? I'm trying to fucking do a scene here and I'm going, why the fuck is Shane walking in there? What is he doing there? Do you understand my mind is not in the scene if you're doing that? Stay off the fucking set, man. For fuck's sake. Right, let's go again. Let's not take a fucking minute. Let's go again. And let's not have you fucking walking in.
So I think what's happening here, Mariners, is in the movie he probably is doing like an American accent, but because he's ranting, like the Welsh is starting to come through. So I think it's a little bit like of a blend of the two, between him like being in character and then just like the pure rage coming through.
Can I have Tom put this on, please? You're unbelievable, man. You're unfucking believable. Number of times you're strolling and fucking around in the background. I never had a DP behave like this. You don't fucking understand what it's like working with.
Anyway, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you saw, but in the description they said like he did release an apology afterwards, and it doesn't seem like he's done anything like that since. But yeah, that was definitely like not good. All right, are we gonna get through a scene tonight? Maybe. I don't fucking know. Sounds like James Corden when they bring his stick. Mariners with the James Corden burn. All right. Studying, Hélène looks back to Calixta, guiding out captured witches. Hélène, hurry up. Calixta, going as fast as I can. Yeah, it's no problem. It's fine. The warehouse shutters. A wooden beam falls from the roof, crashes into the metal table. Hunter number 2. So is our hunter number 2 kind of the main one? Yeah. Ow! Leave the witches! Hasty, the hunters retreat. The hunter's retreat. Looking over the deteriorating... Yeah. Hélène finds a group of captured witches stuck in a cage on the platform above. I remember why we did this. I just... the way I wrote it here, I don't like. Okay. So, looking over the deteriorating warehouse, Hélène finds a group of captured witches stuck in a cage on the platform above. Last captured witch. Main floor. Exits. Calixta nears Hélène. Come on, let's go. Hélène, you go. I'll get them. Calixta, you're spent. Hélène. Another beam falls from the roof, crashing through the crumbling floor. Yeah. Yeah, I think crumbling is probably fine. From the roof, another beam falls. A-N-O-T-H-A-R. Falling from the roof, another beam crashes through the crumbling floor. Calixta, relenting. Hurry. Calixta exits. Following the escaping witches, Calixta exits. Hey, we got through a scene. GG chat. Excited to get back to working on my script after first draft. The novel is done. Oh, nice. So you kind of put the script on pause to work on the novel? Every writing project is on pause until draft 1 is done. Fair. Yeah, it's not easy to juggle a couple different things. That reminds me I compiled some oh, okay. About 50% done, added 20k words and 2. Wow, that's a lot of wording. Alright, so let's... I'm gonna copy this. Moments later. Concentrating. Margaret watches. Because I don't know, because I know really you guys help me. Mariners, we are glad to help. we have lots of experience, but we do not know everything. And I think I speak for Naughty Dog when we say we're glad to help out people because we've gone through all the same stuff. Okay. I do speak for Naughty Dog in that statement. Concentrating, Margaret watches. Waves slam into the wooden pillars, holding up a pier. A pillar snaps. Pillar snaps. Alarmed. Margaret retreats to exterior waterfront, San Francisco. Moments later. Okay. Saw a shop here selling the scripts for the seasons of Stranger Things. Each book, one per season, was like £15. They're probably all online. But yeah, a lot of writers, I think they were all written by the Duffer. I could be wrong. So they at least have some of them on here. Yeah, they have the pilot episode. But one thing I found out was if a writer sells a script to a studio, they generally retain publication rights for the script. So if it becomes a huge hit, they can actually publish it as a book as a way to make additional income. But yeah, there's a couple of them here, it looks like. Oh, and this gives you all the different drafts and draft numbers. So like, different pages will be in different colors depending on which version they're working on. But I don't know why anyone would buy it. I guess it'd be cool to have a physical copy, and the covers are cool. Yeah. I actually do have one physical copy I got, but I got it as a gift, and I actually haven't looked too much at it. Nerds will buy anything, yes. So this is the one printed version. I think this is backwards, but you should be able to tell what it is. Heard Stranger Things finale was bad. That is also what I heard. But this book is cool because like it has the full screenplay, but it also has notes, it has stills, and like trivia about the movie and the making of it. So, and it's supposed to be one of the best screenplays like ever written. So, was a good gift. I appreciate it. Yeah. The Annotated Godfather. So, yeah. Like most. Yeah. It is difficult to... So, we're going off on all tangents. Whatever. It is what it is. Could have just been one season. Yeah. So, I have a theory on this. I think the reason most TV shows have bad endings is because writers for TV shows' goal is to keep it going, to basically always be in the second act. So, essentially the pilot for most TV shows is going to be your first act. It's going to establish everything, it's going to get the show going, get it moving. And then from there, you basically just stay in the second act over and over and over and over and over. And then they don't always have the muscle of, okay, how do we close all of it out? So I think that's why. Like, Matrix could have just been one movie. Yeah, probably should have been. A lot of sucked balls. Unrelated, a football manager won a club, their first trophy in a long time, got the mic celebration, said, all the best TV series, season 2 is better than season 1, so he had been managing his second season. They sacked him not long after. The Burrows got it right. They wrote it with no cliffhanger in case it didn't get a second season. Sure enough, it didn't get renewed. Yeah. One of my favorite shows on Netflix. I still think it's one of the few shows I've ever been like, it's a perfect season of television. I would recommend it to anyone, but like at the end of it, they set up something expecting to have a second season, and then because it's Netflix, they got canceled. Even though like the show is, I need to rewatch that show sometime because it's so good. It's called I Am Not Okay With This. Excellent show if you have not seen it. It is only one season, unfortunately, and it has kind of the game is on ending. I've heard people say this for novels too. As Liv said it yesterday as well, you want to write a series, all the books, or at least book 1 should work as a standalone. Yeah, and that's kind of why some TV has changed from like the network models, because like if you look at the old network models, they have like 22 episodes that they have to do, and so a lot of it's just like monster of the week stuff, situation of the week stuff, laugh of the week stuff, but kind of the overarching story doesn't progress much. But I feel like more recently, TV has gotten so good at like each individual episode, breaking it into individual acts and making sure like some episodes can stand alone. Yeah, self-contained episodes. Adults has 8 episodes, I think, 20 minutes-ish each. I do not know that, but okay. In a lot of like True Detective, season 1 of True Detective, I think is, despite whatever else with that might have happened with the writer or that show, the first season I think still is excellent, but it was, you could definitely tell it was constructed as basically just a giant movie and cut up into different episodes, and that's one show I think works pretty flawlessly because you have one writer throughout, kind of a single vision, everything progresses and resolves. And that's another thing with TV shows is you usually get multiple writers in there, and that's always going to, people are going to bring their own stuff into it, whether intentionally or not. Yeah, I mean, that's the other benefit about True Detective, what Naughty Dog said, it being an anthology, is you don't have to set up a second season, because if you get a second season, okay, it's a brand new story. So it's just these 10 episodes, this is the story, it's complete, there's no extra stuff we have to do with it, we don't have to set up a sequel or anything like that. Okay. Fitty rant over. Oh, it is already 6. Yeah, we're halfway through. We've gotten through 2 scenes. We're doing amazing, chat. Fitty, why don't you write a movie? But it starts with the ending. I've done that. It's one of those things that has become kind of cliched, Mariners, with like you start at the climax and then like right before it ends you hard cut and flash back to 3 weeks earlier. Oh yeah, that's an actual, yeah. That got very popular, I feel like, in the 90s. Yeah, a lot of movies would start out with basically showing the climax, but right before, like, the, whatever you want to call it, like the decisive moment, they would cut, and then 1 month earlier, or whatever it is, and then show from the beginning. The reason why is, I think writers or producers or whoever wanted to start movies off with more of an action sequence. And so if you start with the climax, that's always going to be like, or at least for action movies, is going to be the biggest action set piece. And so you start with this giant thing, you draw everyone in, and then you can tell your story. Lots of TV shows, yeah, lots of TV shows do that as well. Must have ran out of ideas. Yeah, if you can think of an idea, it has probably been done before by someone at some point. It's like romance books, you can tell how a story goes just by reading the blurb. Generally, yes. Alright, let us... If you think you've had a novel idea, you haven't read enough. Or watched enough, in my case. Let's go on to Naughty Dog's favorite part of the stream, where I disappear, and we play words on stream while I go refill my water. Y'all know how it goes. Be good, have fun. I'll be back. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm back.
I have returned. Do we want to play another round? Some of those are words. Naughty Dog with the gold. Other games accepts or doesn't. Major with 45 points. Coming in silver. Mariners getting the bronze with 20. And I help. Oh, I didn't hit exit in time. Alright, we're playing another round. Alright, we got 2 left between Gist and Pigs. One left. Ah, I beat you to it, Naughty Dog. Perfect. GG chat. Oh, I passed Mariners for 3rd place. Sorry, Mariners, I took your spot. Naughty Dog, GG with the gold. Major with the silver. I stole the bronze from Mariners. Mariners, you did amazing. GG team. Well done, everyone. Alright, I have returned. Let us get back to try to do some writing. We'll see what happens. Alright, pillar snaps, alarm, Margaret retreats to exterior waterfront San Francisco moments later. Apirus Phidias. This is like that time I tripped over the ball and missed the goal. Maybe. Margaret climbs the embankment. Margaret climbs the embankment up to... Climbs the embankment back. Embankment. Yeah, I think embankment and back right next to each other is tripping me up. Embankment. Treats from the water. Climbing the embankment. How high is the embankment? I don't know. Margaret retreats from the water. climbing the embankment. 2. Exterior waterfront San Francisco moments later. From the sidewalk, Margaret watches dozens of witches fleeing from the Buckley. Was gonna say up to makes it sound a lot steeper than just 2. Yeah. Oh. But Calixta is... Emiko is not there. From the sidewalk, Margaret watches dozens of witches fleeing. Yeah, I don't think I need from the buckling pier. Just fleeing. Hélène isn't among them, but Calixta is. Intent, Margaret approaches Calixta. Margaret, where's Hélène? Calixta, what are you doing here? Yeah, I feel like that's probably enough. Because before they went in, Calixta asked where she was, and Hélène said it's just us. So, yeah, she would be like, what are you doing here? And then, of course, Margaret just asks, where's Hélène? Calixta glances back to the warehouse. She should be right behind me. Moving past Margaret, Calixta guides. You can move Hélène nowhere in sight to behind. Oh, from down here. Okay, I thought you were talking about before. Yeah, I haven't got there yet. Maybe. Moving past Margaret, Calixta leads the escaped witches away. Yeah. Calixta glances back to the warehouse. Hélène is nowhere in sight. She should be... She should be right behind me. Moving past Margaret, Calixta leads the escaped witches away. Margaret examines the docks. Yeah, I think we lead with apprehension. Apprehensive. Margaret examines the docks. Another thought I had earlier, wouldn't it be better if studios and production companies made sure there was at least 5 to 10 spots on a crew, even just a chance to learn from new writers, directors, filmmakers, camera crew, etc. Yeah, that would probably be better. I mean, it used to be like production assistants, PAs would be that, they would just be very low paid people who want to get into the industry. But from what I understand now, those are like, even those are nearly impossible to get, those jobs. Yeah. Especially those box office movies, say they run a competition and pay for those people to fly in and stay at a hotel for a week. So sure, so they do the thing. Spend 100 million on film. What's on? Yeah. Well, you can't say what's another 50K for a financial decision. Surely, for the better industry, that's 50K. Well, yeah. Yeah, that is another big part of it, is everything is part of a union with the film industry as well. Well, all the big productions are. Yeah, and like a lot of the bigger directors, writers, actors will have like personal assistants and a lot of and interns, and a lot of them will be people aspiring to be in the same position. Yeah, I agree, Mariners. But yeah, and a lot of like the interns and people in those positions are people who are well off enough to be able to get paid nothing or next to nothing for however long they need to. So yeah, it does not create opportunities for people who are not in the best financial situations as well. Can always be a gopher. Well, isn't that basically a PA? Say of like 10 aspiring directors, they just observe, say, Christopher Nolan for a day on set, then have like 30 minutes after shooting to ask him questions. Would he like that after a busy day? No. Is he a multimillionaire? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, that's the other part of like, if you're able to be a PA or you're able to get a job working on a movie, a lot of people, especially with some of the more well-respected directors, like um, people in different parts of production will show up just to like watch the director direct and kind of how they do things. Um, so that is, from what I understand, that is a very common practice. Um, I want to say on what was it? Someone from the Odyssey who had like a smaller role, I think, showed up on set like whatever time Christopher Nolan's call time was, just so they could just observe him all day, see what he was doing, how he was doing it, how he was going about everything. And so they basically got like free film school. So, yeah. But getting to be in that place is like a giant. Zendaya had a smaller role. I don't remember exactly who it was. But there's different types of PAs. If you want to learn, get your foot in the door, you really have to start as a PA. Unless you want to write, then you go for a job as a reader. Yeah, I agree. We have searches twice in a row. I don't want that. Scans? Yeah, that works. All the best chefs start as sous chefs. Yeah. But a lot of them had to go through culinary school and work their way up to sous chefs. Couldn't think of a better analogy. Yeah. Most of the best chefs. Yeah, that is also true what Major said. I can't read it, but yes. Most of the best chefs started as dishwashers. Yeah. Some even learned the guy know his own restaurant in New Orleans, started out cleaning potatoes and wiping plates in the past after culinary school. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay was a footballer. Also true. Helene searches for a route to the witches trapped on the platform above but can't find a clear path. Alright, let's... Remind people she's fatigued. What are we stuck on? Nothing. Just rearranging stuff. Alright. Fatigued, Helene searches for a route to the witches trapped on the platform above, but can't find a clear path. Realizing she has to make one, Helene twists her hands above her head. Sucudio. I guess what I was trying to say was it'd be so much better if there were solid, clear learning opportunities and roles on every big film set, rather than having every aspiring writer, director compete against four others. Yes. It's called film school, according to Naughty Dog. Yeah, so really sucks if you're in your, mid to late 20s when you realize that you really like movies and I have kind of a cool idea for a movie I want to write, so I should just teach myself how to screenwrite. Really sucks if that happens, right? Unless you just want to, put everything else on hold because you got 4 years and a couple $100,000 burning a hole in your pocket so you can put yourself through film school. Yeah. Couple 100,000? Yeah. Capitalism, mariners. James Cameron was a truck driver. Ridley Scott was a graphic designer. Hey, I'm a graphic designer. But that was also in the 80s. For 200K, I'd want a Netflix contract as part of the decree. Terry Gilliam and Chris Nolan are self-taught. Yeah. Yeah, I know Christopher Nolan got, I think, a English lit degree. Terry Gilliam, I have no idea. But I mean, he also made his way in with Monty Python, correct? Yeah, so... He was their artist. Yeah. Anyways, there's no worries. Thing which got me thinking about that for film sets was the new Prime Minister talking about his plans for more hands-on experience for trade jobs. Yep. Actually, Mariners, most of the jobs on a film set are trade jobs. Below the line. Like, you have a lot of carpenters, electricians, plumbers, what's the word I'm looking for? People who build things. You know, people who build things. Problem is, there are so many people who see the film industry as get rich. Yes. And a lot of people who unfortunately aren't as creative as they think they are lining up to get in. Yes. And a lot of people in the film industry who have connections who keep getting work despite putting out not great stuff. Dressers, grips, electricians, lots of trade skill. Yeah. Shots fired at The Rock. I mean, what? Nah, I think there are a lot of people in the industry who continue to get work who probably shouldn't. Reaching a platform. Alright, above Hélène, the metal walkway contorts into a makeshift ramp. Drained, Hélène ascends. Reaching the platform. I think just changing this to she finds. Meep. The door pin shut. Drained, Hélène ascends. Reaching the platform, she finds the door pinned shut by wreckage from the roof. Watch a documentary overnight. It's about the meteoric rise and crash of the writer and director of the Boondock Saints. It's fascinating. Yeah. The favorite movie of every like college sophomore guy. Exclamation watch list 2019. Yeah. Trying to focus through her exhaustion, Hélène places her hands on the wreckage. The combination of being an arrogant pick, I think you meant prick, and only getting picked up because of the rush to sign indie filmmakers in the 90s was a violent. Yeah. If I had come of age, nah. A lot of my stuff I can't just go out and make. But yeah, like the indie filmmaking scene of the 90s was wild. Everyone was getting picked up. I assume movie reviewers used to be an easy job for newspapers and such, but now everyone can review. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and the other thing with being a film critic is like how quickly your audience can turn on you. Because, like, if you have an opinion that, like, isn't with the mainstream on a movie, like, I think critics could lose a lot of their audience. And because their income is based on how big their audience is, that might make some not want to have um, differing opinions from the masses. Yeah, it's definitely the same for books as well. Yeah, I mean, anyone with social media can be a critic nowadays. Trying to focus through her exhaustion, Hélène places her hands on the wreckage. Exputisco. The wreckage decomposes. Hélène shoves it away. I don't know that we need from the door. The wreckage decomposes. Hélène shoves it away. So then we'll follow with... pulling open the cage door. The far end of the warehouse. Most bookshops have a book talk made me buy it section. Say on book talk earners is way too. Mariners doesn't have TikTok? Good. I really want to get rid of all... part of me really wants to get rid of all of my social media. Because, like, there are things I like about... All I have right now are Instagram and Reddit. Instagram, there's some things I like, but, like, my feed recently has been filled with so much AI slop that, like, I've started going in and blocking profiles, and it seems to just, like, amplify it, because they're like, oh, you clicked on their profile, so you want to see more shit like this. And it's like, no, I clicked on the profile because I wanted to block that. Got rid of Instagram years ago, so yeah. I mean, the fact that it's owned by Meta is... I don't like it. Social media is I'm on Reddit for the lulz. Had a Twitter since 2009. I'll never be found on it. Yeah, I deleted my Facebook. I deleted my Twitter. Yeah, Instagram I just used to follow some people. But, like, I never post on it, and kind of the same thing with Reddit. I only follow certain subreddits. And I will post every once in a while, but I feel like every time I post on Reddit, I'm reminded why I should never post on Reddit. Heard the screenwriting one is good. It can be, but I feel like it's devolved quite a bit. That most of it is just people self-promoting anymore. And I don't know. I think it used to be a lot better. Mariners and I had a great conversation about the horrors of screenwriting Reddit. Oh, he was being sarcastic. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I will agree. Screenwriting Reddit is a horror show anymore. Yeah, like, it used to have some decent stuff on there, but, yeah, it's all self-promotion. Yeah, I see posts from that subreddit every once in a while, but, like, most of the time I just scroll right past it because I'm like, this is fucking useless. Pulling open the cage door. The wreckage decomposes. Helene shoves it away. Pulling open the cage. He pulls open the cage. I know Naughty Dog likes his white space, but I feel like this all needs to be one thought. The wreckage decomposes, Helene shoves it away, pulls open the cage door. The far end of the warehouse collapses into the bay. Helene braces. Urgent, she motions the witches within to escape. I gave a guy one little sentence of critique about how he lost some rando on Reddit on the first page, so he needed to rethink his structure, and he went DEFCON 1. Mariners enjoyed the screen. Oh. 3-line action is okay, you never want it to be longer. Yeah. I agree. Yeah. If you want a trial by fire, like, you can post something on screenwriting Reddit, because, like, one lesson that honestly I'm still learning, and go through every time is to never take critiques personal. Like, yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. Everyone who critiques it hopefully is coming at it from a place of like wanting to help. But yeah, some people are not great at taking critiques or feedback. Yeah, I don't think we need trailing. Helene follows the witches down the makeshift ramp. If they're not being insulting, don't take it personally. Yeah. Tremors course through the warehouse. Helene follows the witches down the makeshift ramp. One or six. Exterior, waterfront, San Francisco, same. I think just, we don't need that. Anxious. Concerned. Distressed. Distressed, Margaret watches. Distressed, Margaret watches the remaining beams holding up the pier fracture from the crashing waves. The dock crumbles into the bay. Meh. We used collapses earlier. The pier buckles into the bay. Margaret. No. Distraught, Margaret rushes down the embankment. Exterior. Bay. Prayon. Vidsy! Hi, Vidsy. Hello. How are you doing? San Francisco. Continuous. Doing all right. Editing has been a little slow tonight. We've been a little prone to go off topic, but we're making progress. So, all in all, not bad. And tomorrow's Friday, so it's always nice. Say we went off the rails, but were we ever really on the rails? Hey, this isn't a Yoon stream. I kid. I think she's waiting. I know. As soon as you said that, I saw it in my head, because, like, wading is going through water, whereas wadding is, like, crumbling up a piece of paper. So, yes. Thank you, Major. My editor-in-chief. Yes. So I deleted the extra D. Thank you. Yes, you are correct. Wading into the water. Editor at large. You can have any title you'd like, Major. Wading is what you use to load a flintlock musket. I thought that would be wadding. Yeah, so wading, present participle, walk with effort through water or another liquid, whereas wadding, double D, is a mass or a lump of soft material used for padding, stuffing, or wiping. Grand Poobah Fancy Pants. Oh, so wading is also that? Is that what we're saying? This just said, well, Word Hippo has been wrong before. What the That is not what I meant to do. Did not mean to go to Waddingham. Wads collectively. Soft fiber is cotton or wool used to make a wad, such as a packing material. Yeah, so double D, wadding. Yes, Major is, yes, that's what I was getting to, Major. Wadding is a soft fibrous, something that has been, yeah. Single D is, yeah. Fuck. We got there. They used to use big pieces of cardboard or plywood, wadding in ye old cannons. Okay, interesting. Also, hi on American Cheeseburger. Hello, welcome in. Hope you are having a great week. But in this case, for our purposes, she is wading into the water. Keep in mind, this is advertised as a writing stream. We are talking about words. I own a musket for home defense because that is what the founding fathers intended. I mean, yeah, but foresight back then, kind of shallow, shall we say. Exterior base, San Francisco. Oh, fuck. I haven't been putting our years in all these. 1 second, please. Okay. Freedom of speech doesn't apply to the internet because founders never conceived of it. So, should we get into this on stream? No? Okay. I will let it go then. Anyway, moving on. Alright. Distraught, Margaret rushes down the embankment to exterior bay San Francisco, continuous, wading into the water toward the ruined pier. Margaret searches through the debris. Margaret, Hélène? No response. Unrelenting, Margaret continues. I don't think we need that. Hélène! Nothing. Nearing the fractured pillars. Yeah. Nearing the fractured pillars that once held up the pier. Nearing the fractured pillars that once held up the pier, Margaret pushes through splintered chunks of wood, scouring. I mean, you can still legally own a black powder cannon without a background check. I'd say things are working just as they were supposed to for free people. Yay. Yeah, more or less. Let's keep this hot mess express on the tracks here. We're in the home stretch. Thank you, Major. I appreciate it. You can also buy coffins on Walmart's website. Oh, yeah? Nearing the fractured pillars that once held up the pier, Margaret pushes through splintered chunks of wood, scouring. Margaret, Hélène! Then Margaret finds strands of blonde hair floating. Just as the founders intended. I don't know that we need floating, just she finds strands of blonde hair. So we will say climbing over rubble. Climbing over rubble, Margaret pushes away. A fractured crate to find Hélène, unconscious, lying in the water, blood running down her face. It's convenient, really. I'm sure the layaway plan works out perfectly. I know, right? Planned Parenthood is the most stable institution right next. Stop. What? I have no idea what's happening. Yeah, I am completely lost, Vidsy. I'm Gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna get through this scene. We'll see what happens. Climbing over the rubble, Margaret pushes away a fractured crate to find Hélène unconscious, lying in the water, blood running down her face. Pulling Hélène free. Margaret ferries her back to the shore. Anyway, back to the story. Back to... I think just back to shore. Margaret lies Hélène on the embankment. Kneeling next to her, she wipes the water from her face. This is the witch script. Yes, this is the witch script on American. We are at kind of the end part of kind of our big midpoint action sequence. Margaret is trying to save Hélène, who has fallen into the water because of Margaret, which will come up again later. Pulling Hélène free, Margaret ferries her back to... Okay. So what we can do is just end the scene. No. Waterfront, San Francisco. CONTINOU. What the f... I cannot spell. Son of a... CONTINUOUS. There we go. Had an extra O in there for some reason. Yeah, I think that works. Alright. So we kind of split it because I had split kind of the waterfront from her being in the water into separate scenes. So, yeah, we're just clarifying that on this pass through as well. Makes sense. Nobody in their right mind would swim casually in San Francisco. Yeah. Well, this is also 1890, so it would have been a... actually, I don't know. There were a lot of boats and less regulations back then, so... Yeah, I don't know. Unless you're trying to escape from Alcatraz. Yeah. 1890? Yep. Our witches are... practically immortal. So we kind of follow them throughout different points in American history. So, yeah, right now we are in the 1890 section. Oh, nice. Well then, at that time, Alcatraz was a U.S. coastal fortification. Okay. Fort Alcatraz. Interesting. Alright, let's see who is streaming. Author Chrissy is streaming, but we rated her Tuesday, so let's see if there is anyone else. Wow, that's quite a title for a writing stream. Yeah, writing and reading section is interesting. Alright, we'll go right over to Cypher Robinson. They stop by every once in a while and say hi. Hey, I did the raid right on the first try. Look at that. He's not on? It just said he was live. His stream is just running. Oh, okay, I see. Keeps it on for hours when he steps away. Alright, we'll cancel. Anyone else we can raid in reading and writing? Or should we just raid over to Author Chrissy again? Should we raid over to the person whose title is It's Pegging Thursday? Is that serious? No. R. Rosette. Morphus Max. We'll go over there. Alright. Let's try this raid thing again. Yeah, thank you to everyone who stopped by, hung out, lurked, chatted, all the stuff, all the things. I appreciate it. I will be on Yoon's Community Night tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific, so the last section. He's going to be reading the next part of another thing I'm writing, or wrote, whatever. So if anyone wants to hang out for that, I will be over there. And then we'll be back here on Sunday, picking up with Captain Marvel 3. I've been thinking about it a bit this week while I've been doing my walks, and I have a pretty good idea of what's coming up next. So hopefully we can make some pretty good progress on that. Yeah, I think that's everything. It's Thursday. I hope everyone has a great end of their week, great weekend, and I will see you all next time.
Thanks for checking out my channel. Do whatever you want. Live your life. I hope you're happy in your body. Much love to you. And see you around.